I don't care what you say,
Like-
as long as it's not a cursey. No cursies.
Like Fondoogle. Or for a layman.
Ready?
Oh, yeah. Hello, this is Joshua from the Josheshow, and I'm guested here with...
RetroGamerTy.
Yes, we're here in our bikinis coming to you with a new video podcast. Or just podcast, because we have no video. We don't know how things work.
We could do video, but I think until we've figured out how we want to set up a room for podcast, I don't think we're going to actually live stream ourselves. So hopefully what we have for you right now will suffice. So yeah, you want to discuss what it is we're talking about today?
Yeah, I really want to talk about my lovely hatred of found footage videos, movies. I can't stand them beyond everything from storytelling to videography to. It kills me as a movie lover.
So how about we first start off, because there's a lot, we're going to discuss our opinions and how we personally would improve upon the franchise if we had to give any advice. But Josh, can you discuss first and foremost? So we're going to talk about a few different movies throughout this video. Some of the ones that we're going to highlight are Blair Witch, which was probably the pioneer of the found footage films, really.
It hit Fraggle Rock first. Plymouth Rock first. So,
I don't know what that's from. But, Paranormal Activity, which of course has gained so much notice with media. Everybody knows Paranormal Activity. That's almost like a household name in horror. Cloverfield, As Above, So Below. And then we're going to talk about two a little bit, just to kind of go into the discussion of what it is we don't like and how Haunted House, the parody of Paranormal Activity, how it kind of pokes fun. So
it points at its flaws, and I love it.
Oh, I do too. I think it's better than Paranormal Activity, personally.
Oh.
So, do you want to start off by talking about what specifically you don't like about found footage films? What turns them off to you?
All right. For me to tell the story, I have to go back in time. The year was 1999. Y2K has not happened yet, and a young, eager Joshua Young went to the movies with his father and mother to see a new horror movie that everybody was raving on about. Y'all gotta go see Blair Witch Project. Blair Witch Project is awesome. Y'all gotta see it. At the time, I didn't realize the people that talked to my parents were complete idiots. So,
don't say that about your parents. Your parents are great.
No, I'm not talking about my parents. My parents' friends.
Oh, you're okay. Well, that does. I don't think that makes it any better, especially if they hear.
Oh no, these
podcast.
People are not around no more.
That makes it all the better.
It does. So, a young, eager, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed Joshua goes to see this movie with his parents. I loved horror movies back then. Basically any type of movie, but horror movies got me pumping because I like that. If it's done right, I love the adrenaline I got from it, from the scare a little bit. I watched this piece of crap for, I can't remember how long it was. And at the end, when the end credits showed up, I was like, that was it? That's all? Nothing scary? You've done everything in this. I didn't see one damn Blair Witch.
No curses.
No cursing, my bad. Pardon my French. I don't know French.
We're family friendly.
We are
Remember,
family friendly.
Even if we're talking about horror.
Disney, give us free stuff. We're family friendly.
Yeah, Disney.
So, it killed me. They went into the woods to find this so-called Blair Witch. They camped. The scariest thing that happened, which it wasn't scary, they had people banging on their tent. And I'm like, anybody can do that. That doesn't, what? Really? This is what you're going with? They go outside of their tent. They find little stick men. And I'm like, yeah, that's not scary. What's scary about little men made out of sticks?
It's like Slender Man when you find the pieces of paper and it's like, ooh, paper.
And it was awful. And then one scene where the girl's talking to the camera and she's just crying and it's awful. And at the end of the movie, at the very end of the movie, you see a guy staring at the corner. The girl screams. You don't know what happens to her and the camera falls. That's it.
So essentially what you're saying is there wasn't a whole lot to scare you, and
the story structure was awful.
Like the whole premise of the movie being the Blair Witch, you never really see the witch or anything. So it's kind of a disappointment on that front. Then.
Yeah.
Okay. I can get that.
It's like, what's that Tarantino movie? The
Clockwork Orange?
That's not Tarantino.
Is it?
No.
Oh.
Clockwork Orange is a cult classic.
I know it's a cult classic. I thought that was a Tarantino.
No. Tarantino started, I want to say, making movies in the early 90s.
No.
That movie was made in the 70s. Let's see. I can't remember the name of it, but I know the name, but it's not coming to the tongue. Tip of my tongue at the moment. But everybody was going...
Don't you mean it's on the tip of your tongue?
It's on the tip of my tongue.
Okay. It's on the tip of his tongue. It just hadn't hit his brain yet.
That's
right.
It. But the whole thing is, of this movie, everybody wants what's inside of this briefcase.
I don't know what's inside the briefcase.
You never see what's inside the briefcase.
You can't handle what's inside the briefcase.
If I can understand quantum physics, string theory, all this stuff, I can handle what's inside this briefcase.
You understand quantum physics?
I understand quantum physics. Not where I can explain to people, but I understand it.
That is about the best logic I've ever heard in my life. But okay.
If somebody was talking to me about it, I'd be like, yeah, I understand what you're talking about.
Okay. I'll just agree with you so that we can stay on topic.
But the whole thing with this, found footage, it's just a way for cheap storytelling.
I agree.
You could do cheap storytelling like Napoleon Dynamite.
I agree on that. Napoleon Dynamite, that's a great film.
It makes me feel depressed when I watch it, but it's a good movie. It does what it does. It tells a story. It's chronological order. It's good.
It's not found footage.
No, it's not.
But
it's cheap.
But it's a way of showing that you can do stuff low budget. I mean, they even show how low budget they go by making sure that every time that they go to the store, they're always in a secondhand store.
It's always a thrift store. I love it.
I love thrift stores in real life. So, I mean, thrift stores are just like, I don't know, there's a lot of cool things you can find there. I mean, I mainly go there for video games. Josh goes there for dresses.
Props, dresses.
To wear.
Weird stuff that my mom won't kill me if I mess up.
He's saying props, but I've seen him wear these dresses.
It was a one dress, and I'm still going to use it for a video.
And high heels.
I can't wear high heels. I never wore high heels.
You saying you can't pull it off?
I know I can't pull it off. It's hard for me to buy shoes now. You think I could find high heels in my size?
I don't know. But anyways, though, I made the example earlier. We were discussing how we were going to lay out the video and what we were going to discuss. And one of the things I brought up that Josh agreed with, or I think he agreed with, was about like how lazy you can really be with these found footage films. Like, and I'm mainly going off of the premise of Paranormal Activity because that's what I've seen. I've honestly not seen. I've seen Haunted House. I've seen Paranormal Activity. I've seen I looked it up. There's 6 movies in the franchise currently, as of the filming of this, um, and I think I've seen either 3 or 4 of those movies. But the problem, in my opinion, with these movies though was that like you could be super lazy. For example, there was one scene, I don't remember which movie it's from exactly in the Paranormal Activity franchise, but they threw the camera on a fan. They took the fan off and they just used the part that oscillates the fan around.
Yeah.
And the footage is just the camera going from side to side. And it's extremely lazy in my opinion. And then they have the scene, it's at night and it's oscillating and they're capturing the footage and they see a sheet and then all of a sudden the sheet just collapses because it looks like there should be a child under the sheet or something. And it doesn't make any sense in my opinion, but it does make sense. But what doesn't make sense is how lazy you can be with trying to create this footage. I mean, first and foremost, who's taking a camera and making their little setup of let me put my expensive camera on top of an oscillating fan that I took apart. If you can afford one of those expensive cameras, I think you can afford some type of camera holder that can oscillate itself and
they have them too. They're not that much.
I don't know. And then they go to the extreme though. That same movie, I remember the guy has like multiple monitors, multiple cameras set up throughout his house, and I'm like, why? Why do you have these cameras set up in your house? Number one, what is the point in this?
Just remind me never piss in his bathroom.
Because he'll have it on film. He'll have it on DVD, VHS.
8 different cameras in one bathroom. One shooting up from the toilet bowl.
Might put it on iTunes. But, I mean...
Joshua urinating.
Here's Josh holding onto his ankles and trying to let it go. But, I mean, it's just... The movies don't make any sense. The Blair Witch, in my opinion, that kind of makes sense. Because it's literally them taking a camera and then going through the woods saying, we're going to search for this witch or whatever it is that they're doing. And that makes sense. Instead of, I've got like 6 or 7 different cameras set up in my house and I'm basically being a stalker to my family because I'm sitting in a room that has a bunch of monitors and I'm just watching my family like a creep. I mean, that's what they're doing. So...
Hey, I told you that's not how you take off your clothes. Take them off slowly.
But...
Honey, who are you talking to? Oh, the neighbors. I put their cameras in their house, too. You never know how many houses on this block is haunted.
There's a rumor going around that all of them, except for the creepy old McCreary's, I think they're just creepy. But another thing we were talking about, too, with Paranormal Activity and these other found footage movies is that their only claim of really being scary are the jump scares. You go into these movies and they're all going to have jump scares. Yeah. I mean, that's the given thing. You better be ready for it. Brace yourself. Hold on to your grips. Hold on to your armrest. Because we're about to have a jump scare. Just be ready for it. You might not be ready for it when it happens, but you know it's going to happen. And it's going to happen about 500 times.
And that takes the experience out of a horror movie for me. If I know it's happening every 5 seconds.
Yeah, I agree.
Regular horror movies, they put in, even if it's made up, a mythos to it.
Mm-hmm.
That even after you're done watching a movie, you're going to have some type of psychological disorder for a while just after seeing that movie. Like with the movie Stephen King's It, because of the clown, yada, yada, yada. Nightmare on Elm Street, Freddy Krueger, all these characters,
Mm-hmm.
Jason, Michael Myers, Hellraiser, they leave something there that even though you know it's ridiculous, it makes you very unsettled to relax in your own home where you're wide awake in the middle of the night by yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And then you hear something and you're like, is that a booger? That's it.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm not. I don't wake up in the middle of the night and think that there are like the one Paranormal Activity movie with the witches.
Yeah.
I don't wake up in the middle of the night and think when I hear a sound, oh God, maybe that's the witches coming to get me. I mean, maybe they're coming to take me to the paranormal world or whatever it is. I mean,
they're taking me to actually see Paranormal Activity. The first one.
Now that's a scary show altogether. Now that might be a nightmare. So, I mean, I think those are all of my gripes. I mean, it's. And then you had one more thing you wanted to talk about too with the CGI.
Yeah, the CGI in these things, they draw me away from it. I can clearly tell it's made out of computers and they're trying to make it seem like, oh, this is found footage, nothing's done to it. That's CGI. That seems worse than that is the worst CGI ever. My 5-year-old nephew, I don't have a nephew, I'm just saying, my 5-year-old nephew can make CGI better on a movie. And I don't even have a nephew.
I'm not sure how to respond to that.
I don't
if you're
either.
trying to say if it's better just not to have CGI altogether, or
It
what?
is. You can make somebody dress up like something. Puppetry costs a lot less to do than CGI. CGI is just there for speed. That's it.
So are you kind of like, to an extent, are you kind of like James Rolfe and how he loves he loves to have the like puppets and strings and all that to make the film. He doesn't like CGI and all that. Is that kind of your take on it?
Not really, because if you need CGI, I'm one of these people that's like, use it if you need it, but if you don't need it, puppetry it.
Okay.
Because right now, the last Star Wars movie, no, let's not even do that. The 7th Star Wars movie,
Okay.
Episode 7,
Yeah.
they did it right. They used puppetry when they needed it, used slight CGI on these characters. I'm not talking about overdo it, but making it where it looked real, like the eyes or whatever. And then use CGI when you needed it, like when you were in space, or lasers, or add a billion people when you only have 100.
I kind of want to watch episode 7 right now.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that in a while, and I kind of is Rogue One out?
Yes, it actually is.
I need to buy that then. That needs to be the next thing on my list to buy. But
get back on track.
Yeah, getting back on track though. I mean, I think it's great to have a mixture of it. Personally, I'd like to have something that's actually there to kind of bring me in. And I mean, for me, I think I've seen so many movies with CGI as of late. It seems like every movie that comes out, it has to prove that it has a budget by throwing in all of this insane amount of CGI that really and truly, do we need it? I mean,
there's only one man that can pull off CGI, but he's a perfectionist. That's James Cameron. Every movie he's done, even with puppets, CGI, whatever. The first Avatar movie, you're watching it.
Oh yeah.
You're taken away to that world. It doesn't draw you out. You don't realize, hey, I'm watching a movie. You think you're in this world. But other people, when they use CGI, it's like, oh yeah, I'm watching a movie.
I mean, seriously though, like the best example of overuse of CGI for any film franchise I've ever seen. Transformers.
I was just about to say that.
I can't watch Transformers. Like, I know some people are like, oh yeah, Transformers is great, blah, blah, blah. Maybe it's because they grew up with Transformers. Maybe they have the figures at home.
Don't even go there, because I grown up with Transformers, and I hate Transformers movies.
See, I didn't grow up with Transformers. I grew up with Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh, and that was my thing as a kid. I mean, I never touched it. But even so, and I know who Megatron is, I know Bumblebee, because of course he's like the main character now for the Transformers movies.
Even though he's not the coolest one.
I mean, I can't vouch whether or not that's truth or not, to be honest, but I cannot stand to watch these movies because it's literally just CGI after CGI after CGI after CGI, and there's no real acting. It's like I'm watching a movie. I might as well be watching an animated movie of just robot fights. That's it.
So Michael Bay's dreams.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just going to say it. I don't like any of Michael Bay's films.
No.
I have not seen one that I truly like. And, I mean, for me, if I can draw a comparison, which I don't know if everybody's going to be able to line up with or not, but this is kind of like whenever I was in high school, and I did marching band in high school. And
nerd.
Shut up. But one of the things, though, that I noticed while in band was whenever we did marching competitions, and we were competitive. We'd go and we'd do state level and everything. We were pretty good. But every single year, and it wasn't just our band, it was every other band too. I love music, okay? I love listening to just the instruments. That is my thing. I would much rather just hear the band play, nothing else. But every single show, or probably whenever we went to state competition, probably 90% of the shows had voiceovers. Every marching band has to make sure they've got speakers up and there's somebody narrating what's going on or what the show is about. And that's kind of the same thing that I see with CGI, is like it's something that's being overused for something.
It takes away from the experience.
Yeah, it takes away. So, like, again, the example of Transformers. We are doing so much CGI that you don't care about the actors anymore. It's just about, like, the narrations in the marching band, like I'm trying to say. You hear what that's saying, and sometimes it's going the entire show. And it negates the performers who are playing and marching at the same time. You're not really paying a whole lot of attention to them. You're listening to what the speakers are saying now. I don't care about the speakers. I want to see the musicians in the marching band. I want to hear them. I want to see the actors in the movies. I don't care about seeing Optimus Prime in his CGI glory and hearing him in every movie at least 15 times say, "All right, Autobots, roll out." I mean, it's literally every single movie.
It's best. You hit the nail right on the head.
So I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm an old fogey. I don't know, but
it's not you either.
I don't like introducing so much technology into everything. I like technology. I mean, I love it. I mean, we're using technology to stream this right now.
He's got technology strapped to his wrist like Dr. Venture.
I mean, yeah, I'm wearing an Apple Watch. I wear an Apple Watch. I have an iPhone. We're streaming on a MacBook. I mean, I use technology all the time, but I don't try to overdo it by replacing my personal life with technology.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Rant over for me.
You feel better?
A little bit, yeah.
Good.
Yeah. I just kind of got on a rant, kind of a tangent to a degree, but yeah. Back to the found footage.
Yeah. For a movie that I had to to say from now is Cloverfield.
Mm-hmm.
When I saw the trailer to this movie,
By the way, it's not for rent on iTunes, but you can rent it on YouTube. Just found that out.
YouTube, the best tube on the tube, YouTube. That's not their saying. I just felt like saying it. Don't sue me.
Please
I'm a
don't sue
partner
us.
with y'all. Y'all shouldn't sue me. Y'all should give me free crap. God.
They're losing advertisers. They can't give you free crap anymore.
They could give me a pillow.
Okay.
Other YouTubers got pillows. I want a pillow.
I want a pillow. They'll probably make you pay for the pillow. But
I just want the play button pillow. It's not so hard to ask.
Yes.
But get back to Cloverfield. When I first saw the trailer for Cloverfield, I was thinking, okay, it's going to be a monster movie. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's a found footage movie when I go see it. You rarely get to see the Cloverfield monster. And the way everything's going on in the story is some guys moving away, something I can't remember what birthday party, I forget the details, but
Mm-hmm.
it draws me away from how much you see the monster, and when you do see the monster, the thing looks idiotic.
So
It looks dumb. Pardon my French. It looks like a poopy head. That's all I got to say about it.
So let me, to kind of go off of this, I think we probably should go on ahead into the next part of the video where we kind of talk about what it is that we would say, what our critiques are, like what is our advice to the found footage franchise. If you're going to make a found footage film, why do you, well, like, what are we going to be looking for?
Me?
Yeah.
More mythos behind these characters that you're doing. Something that will make me think about it after I'm done watching the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's one awful horror movie, but it still had me thinking about it. I want to say Tooth Fairy something, or Darkness Falls. I want to say it's Darkness Falls, because somewhere in Australia or some island, and some woman gave the kids sweets so they would lose their teeth, and when they did, she'll give them some coins.
Mm-hmm.
Then some kids went missing. They thought it was the old woman. They killed the old woman, well, physically harmed her. They said, "Where's the kids at? Where's the kids at? We know you like the kids. You gotta. She didn't do a damn thing to the kids. Pardon my French, sorry.
You're French, man. It's off.
Yeah. And it turns out the two kids were hiding in the woods. So they apologized. She covered her face up, didn't want no one to see it. Every time, up till the day she died, people still brought her their teeth so they can get some coins. And when she died, she'll still do it in the afterlife to these people, but if you saw her face, she's going to try to kill you. All the way through. And she can only come out during the nighttime.
Sounds like an interesting film.
It was okay. It wasn't the greatest thing, but it wasn't that bad.
Is this a horror film?
Yeah.
Okay. I kind of want to see this now, actually. It sounds interesting.
Because the main character, his mom died because he saw the Tooth Fairy's face.
Mm.
And so he lives in, you got it, Las Vegas now. Right on the strip. Even in the middle of the day, every light in his house is on.
Of course.
If it was me, I would have been moved to New York. City of Lights.
If it was me, I just would make sure to never open my eyes at night.
No, but since you saw her face, she can still come get you now. That's part of the mythos.
But his mom saw it, not him.
Well, she saw it because he saw it. Because she saw it and couldn't get to the light, she died. So he's been living his life in light up to till then. Until he went back to his hometown.
This is a very interesting sounding movie. So, you like mythos.
It makes me feel like I have a connection towards the movie.
Okay. Like there's a background.
Yes.
Or a backstory, kind of.
Because you have it with almost every other movie.
Mm-hmm.
Even dramas. You got it with Rocky. He even talks about his favorite his favorite boxer,
Mm-hmm.
Rocky Marciano, who is an actual boxer.
Mm-hmm.
You get it with a bunch of action movies, science fiction, chick flicks. There's something behind it that makes it good.
Yeah.
But you're just throwing these people out there with a camera. Most likely it's a camera phone.
Mm-hmm.
And they're shaking it. And it's like, if that's how your eyes really see stuff, we'd be puking 24/7.
So, would you say probably you would prefer for more of a cinematic kind of look instead of the shaky cam?
Yeah.
Okay. And then also we were discussing too, like, if you have one of these movies, and you're trying to highlight, like, we're looking for a monster, or we're running away from a monster, or a witch, or Wolfman, or Dracula, or whatever, would you please make sure to show the thing that you made the movie about at least once in the movie? I mean, I don't think that's too much to ask when, like, Blair Witch, you never see the witch.
No. I would like to see one witch. One warty nose, one broomstick, one hat. I don't care how you have the witch looking. I just want to see a witch.
I mean, it ain't even gotta look like that. I mean, I'm just saying, show me a witch. Be like,
you can have a sign around her neck saying the witch of the Blairs or the Blair Witch. I don't care.
I mean, I'm kind of the same way. Please show me the frickin' thing that I came to see for the movie's title. I mean, we're looking for a witch. We never find a witch.
No witch.
It's like, come on. So,
I was eating a sandwich just looking for the witch, but I got a switch on my behind.
So I want to go back to Haunted House, though, because it makes fun of all of these found footage films.
It does.
And, like, I mean, I think it's hilarious, but it is very much true. Like, the main character of the Haunted House movie, he's like, okay, you white people might go, and you might be going to search for this, but us black people, there's a reason we stay alive. And it's the funniest thing to me because in my mind, maybe there is a movie stereotype where the white guy is always the one, the movies with the white actors are always the ones to be like, let's go check it out. If it was me,
I'm going the other direction.
I'm jumping out the window. I'd be like, bye, suckers. I ain't staying here to investigate nothing if I know something paranormal is going on.
See, and they always go empty-handed to look for these things.
Or the light, they don't turn on the lights. They go with a flashlight. And it's like, what are you going to do with a flashlight, dude? Turn on the lights.
I can go like this really fast. He might have epileptic problems.
Have an epileptic cheeser. Just, I hope I hit his epilepsy nerve.
He might be really big in the house music. Let's do it. Oh, he's ready to run!
I mean, it's ridiculous, in my opinion. This is, I don't know. They don't make any sense when they do it. That's my point. They don't go in with a bat. They don't go in with a gun. They go in with a flashlight when the lights can still be turned on. And a camera. Let's make sure to bring the camera, honey. Should I bring the bat or should I bring the gun? No, honey, here's the camera. Make sure to film it so I can remember how your bloody death was.
Oh, here's the flashlight.
Here's the flashlight.
I don't know if I changed the batteries or not. Every time with these movies, the battery somehow dies in these flashlights.
Oh my gosh, well, I don't know if you know the movie I'm talking about or not. I can't remember the name of it. But what was it? It was something about the stepfather was a killer and he was going to kill the son, and his girlfriend was waiting outside in a car, and she had a cell phone waiting for his signal or whatever to call the cops to come or something another. I can't remember. And her phone dies while she's in the car. It's like, oh, come on. Cliche. The cell phone dies, and then she's like panicking and can't get her hands on the charger. It's like, okay, calm your behind down and grab the charger and hook it to the phone. She's over there, and then she drops it like 15 times. It's like, you're the clumsiest person I've ever seen on the face of this planet.
It's like the beginning of the first Jeepers Creepers movie. The guy's got a cell phone. He's doing a cross-country tour with a friend. I can't remember if it was a sister, girlfriend, whatever. But
might be both.
He doesn't have. He never bought a car charger for his cell phone. What's the point of having a cell phone if you're not going to keep it charged?
I mean, I don't know. I have a car charger. I actually, I know we're on a tangent right now, but that Death Star that you gave me, I actually have, and for the last road trip I took with some friends, we went down to Beaufort, and I made sure to tell them there's 2 ports on here. I've got one cord that's for iPhone, the other port is for Android, and I had both of them. I was like, if you need to plug in, I can plug 2 phones in at one time on the way home. So, I mean, I don't know. I guess I just go very prepared, but
I got 3 car chargers. I got my flux capacitor.
Mm-hmm.
I got my one I just bought because I couldn't find none of my car chargers.
Mm-hmm.
And I got my, what would you call it? Hybrid car charger. You can do it for the wall, the car, and 9-volt battery.
Huh.
For the man who's on the go and wants to buy 9 volts, does it feel useful for that company?
I just used the Death Star one that you gave me because it's actually really cool. It's very useful, actually. And I think somebody asked me a while back if it was, it's got green lights that pokes out, and you can see it from the car, especially when it's dark. And people, I think, they've asked me, is that a security system in your car? In the cup holder? No, that would be my Death Star charger. But I like that you think it's an alarm, so that way you don't break into my car.
Is that a mood? No, it's a car charger.
So, is there anything else we want to talk about with found footage films other than we kind of just don't like them and think they're lazy? And
yeah, I hate the shakiness of the camera. I know it's supposed to be handheld, but
yeah,
every handheld video I've done, even when I'm excited or scared, I don't shake that much, even when I'm running.
I mean, I agree. I think it's ridiculous, but I mean, whatever. I guess it's your cup of tea. If you like this kind of movie, then
more power to you.
Yeah, power to you.
Whatever floats your boat, hon.
I mean, I'm not a fan of it, except, like I said, the Haunted House parody, where it purposefully parodies all of these movies. I mean, I do like those, but just because it's making fun of it. So, anything else you want to say before we close out your podcast?
I might have a third nipple.
And you will have to show me this later.
All right.
Or we can show you in the first podcast that we do video.
Never mind. It's a pepperoni.
Aww.
Good.
Darn it. Well, I guess that is all the time we have. We said 30 minutes. I think we're at about 40-ish. So I guess it's time for us to say goodbye.
So long, farewell.
I'd be to say goodbye.
I like to stay, have my first champagne. Yes, go to bed. A simple no would suffice.
All right, guys. Well, we will see you next time for Josheshow Does Podcast.
Yep. This is Joshy, and see you later.